Everybody, so today I'm going to work on putting this Redline Heavy Shockproof gear oil in the transmission of my R32 GTR. The trans is really notchy, and I want to look at the shifter linkage, and I want to put this fluid in it because I have no knowledge of the life of this trans or the trans fluid or anything like that, and I'm guessing it may not have been changed in a while. I'm hoping that this trans fluid will help the trans last a little longer and also will clean up the notchiness of the shifting. But I'll look if there's a short shifter kit in there too when I'm up under there, because that would also change how notchy it feels. But anyway, it just feels too notchy. I really don't like it. It feels like stressful to drive because it's so difficult to put into any of the gears. And then obviously fourth gear has a little bit of grind to it. The synchros are going bad in fourth. And this is my Band-Aid fix. I know that eventually I will either need to rebuild the 5-speed or get the Getrag 6-speed, which came in the R34s, I think. But anyway, basically the real recommendation is get the 6-speed, but the 6-speed costs a ton of money, and this costs, it's 5 quarts. I think I need like 4.8 for the whole thing. This costs like $100. So $8,000 transmission or $100, and see if you can Band-Aid it for a while and drive the car you just blew a bunch of money on. It's a pretty simple choice. So that's what I'm going to work on today. And the first step is to jack up your car. So that's what I'm going to work on now. All right, I got the car all jacked up. It's pretty level. My jack stands are of different heights, so it was a little bit difficult, but it seems level enough. Now it's time to land there and see if what I think is true is true. What I saw was that you need a 1/2-inch breaker bar to spin things off. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Connor, don't use a torque wrench. Well, this is the only 1/2-inch head that I have that I think will fit. I have an adapter that I could use to make my 3/8-inch drive breaker bar work, but I think it'll make it too long. So I'll take that and I'll crawl under there and I'll look, but this is the first tool I'm taking because I know it'll fit. So anyway, let's look under there and see if we can get the fill plug open. So just as a reminder, if you're ever doing something like transmission, you need to get the fill plug out first. And the reason you need to get the fill plug out first is because if you drain your car of fluid and you can't get more fluid in it, then you're super screwed. So here's the drain plug, and yep, that fits right in there. But the fill plug is up here on the side. Oh man, I'm gonna need to get the light. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right up in there. Actually, my 3/8-inch with the extension might just fit. So I'll try that. Here's the hole. I'm gonna transition the light under here so you guys can see better. My apologies, wait one. I just found a fully intact zip tie. It was just in this hole, so that's cool. Yay. Anyway, back to what I was doing. There should be a much better angle of where the fill hole is. You can see the drive shaft's kind of in the way. The front drive shaft, I mean. Oh, hey, and there's my wastegate all the way over there. Cool. Anyway, yeah, so it's time to break this baby loose, and we are pushing counterclockwise, so loose. And I did try my 3/8-inch with the adapter on it, but it just was an incredibly loose fit, actually, and it kind of freaked me out, and I'd kind of rather not strip the bolt, because I'd rather just get a new torque wrench, to be honest with you, than... Oh man, I might need both hands for this. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's tight. I'm gonna have to get some more leverage on this baby. Oh man. Okay. Well, try it off camera, and then I'll bring it back once I get it. I threw some PB Blaster on it really quick. I mean, it is sealed up in there. You can see that it has some sort of like silicone sealant around the rings, or around the threads, I mean. But I mean, she is in there. I'm not really sure. I guess I'll give it a minute and I'll give it another shot. But yeah, I've never had a car that I wasn't able to get it open on. It's always like the best practice thing that you're just like, oh yeah, of course. But I've never had a car where it's actually like stuck. So anyway, we'll give it another try here in a minute or two. Oh look, the front driver's side outer CV boot is also torn. Maybe I just need to redo all the CV boots on this thing. Take all the axles out. Oh, I'll add it to the list. So I just got the drain or the fill plug loose by using literally my entire, like all of my leg strength. I finally got it to move. So praise the Lord on that. That was awful. It had some RTV on it, and I scraped as much of that off as I could, and I still couldn't get it to budge until I used my legs. That may be a commentary on how weak I am. That's fine. You can laugh about me about that. Laugh at me about that in the comments, but at least it's free, so that's awesome. So now I'll put the drain pan underneath, and I'll break open the drain one, and let's see how bad our transmission fluid is. Oh, I need an extension for that. Where are you at? Oh man, this baby's tight too. Holy crap. Okay. Oh man, that looks like it's stripping. Oh, it is. Okay. Wow. Crap. Oh, I can probably use the impact for that one. Let's see if that works before we waste a bunch of time. Full disclosure, this may be a really bad idea. Okay, she moved. Enough that I can use this, I bet. Yep. Okay. Get all this crap out of the way. Oh, man. Okay. It's fine. This thing is like 45 degrees. I really might want to get a different drain plug. Okay, let's see. Hand tight. All right. It's gonna come out like that. We'll try to pull our hand this way. And here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, well, I'm guessing you can see that. There's some metal shavings on there, but honestly, I mean, not as much as I would have thought. Not to be negative, but man, that oil looks black. And crap, it might fill up. I'm gonna need to get something else. That looks like we're okay. Awesome. Okay. Yay, us. So I just wanted to take a minute and show you guys this. I mean, there's definitely some sparklies on there and some sludge, but it's nowhere near as bad as some of the other ones I've seen videos of. But yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but it gouged the crap out of it for that. I really am not a fan of these. I mean, anyway, I mean, it looks okay. I guess maybe it'll go in there one more time. I guess I'll look tonight how much it is for a transmission drain plug. Because if it's not very expensive, maybe I'll just get one. But the other fear is that you get a non-OEM thing that sucks just as much, you know, and strips out just as easily, and then you're super screwed because you're an idiot and you bought something aftermarket instead of sticking with whatever Nissan actually tried to make be the most longest lasting thing ever. But anyway, it's not terrible. I'm going to let it finish draining as much as it can. And then I got my little hose pumper over there and I got my fluid. And the fill plug I also took out. Just for reference, how much better this one looks. This one just doesn't look like garbage. I mean, it's marked up a little bit from where I twisted it, but apparently kicking it was a lot better than impacting it. So there you go. And you can see they look different, so it's pretty hard to mess them up. Other than that, mine are marked up as crap anyway. So there you go. That was the hard part. Now comes the easy part. So I've not used this guy before. The last one I had broke the last time I was doing the transmission fluid on the 370, so I got this guy. He was like 17 bucks or something. He came highly recommended by the people at the auto parts store. They said this is the one they see returned the least. So it was like $5 more than the cheapest one, and I just said, all right, whatever. So anyway, this one has a hose for where you pump it from and where you pump it to, which should help with the fact that these guys are small, but I may still have to dump them into something else. We'll have to see. And I just wanted to correct myself. Earlier I said 4.8 quarts, but it's 4.2. So anyway, I'll use the majority of these and almost nothing of that one. But that's the plan. All right, I'm going to take a minute here and I'm going to clean off this drain plug really quick. Get all this crap off so that I can judge when I look at it later how bad it really is. I'm also gonna, once I can put this drain plug back in, I'll pull the oil out, gear oil back out, and we can look at it together and see how it looks. But get in there, really get that inner area. Oh yeah, look at that. Get that inner area nice and clean. Wow, that's really deep in there, isn't it? Okay, let's try this again. This is the kind of therapeutic stuff you come here for, right? I know it is. All right, awesome. So anyway, wow, it's still not clean. Darn magnets. Make everything difficult. Use grease to suck it off? Ooh, maybe that's the trick. Man, do I have to get a second magnet for this? Dang. All right, come here, metal shavings. Get off of there. So I went and looked really quick, and it looks like you can get the stock fill and drain plugs off of like eBay or whatever for like, I saw them for $8, I saw them for 17, whatever. I mean, probably more expensive than it really has to be, but whatever, good enough. Okay, so that looks pretty clean. I don't know if you can see it in the light. So yeah, let's go put this guy back in and then we'll pull the oil out and check that out. So I think it's pretty clear that I had a little bit of other fluid in here, but I mean, it's not glittery at all, which is, you know, I guess a really good sign. I mean, I'll take that. I'm not educated enough to know why there's this discoloration in here, if this was like dirt or what, but I'm guessing this black stuff along the edge was oil that was already in here, but this like white stuff, not really sure, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It's not like super black. It's not sparkly, so I'm gonna say that's pretty good. I'm kind of entertained. This stuff is like a reddish pink color. What it looks like from out here is like Pepto-Bismol or something. So anyway, this kit actually seems kind of cool. I mean, it's got, apparently you can use it as an air pump too, which is interesting. But anyway, nicely, this hose fits in there, so that's super cool. And then they came with a bunch of different fittings for a bunch of different stuff, but it came with 2 of these hoses, which are the exact size for here. So my plan is, you know, get that guy close, just go shove one of these guys into the hole and then connect it all up and then pump until we're done. So all things considered, that's pretty easy. We'll find out if it actually deploys as easy as it looks, but I'm optimistic. So here we are under the car, and I was able to run the hose around the drive shaft to try to keep it from kinking at all. And so if you look here, this hose is like pretty stinking long actually. So that's really nice. I think I'll be able to pump this from way over here on the side. Like, look at that, I can get out of the car. Oh, it's nice when a tool actually like looks like it's gonna work. All right, let's get the rest of it over here. I guess we can just try it and see what happens. Oh, wrong way. Dummy. This is the real stuff right here. So it's gonna make a bit of a mess, but all I'm gonna do is just switch the hoses around. That should solve my problem without too much difficulty. And so now we will be pulling out of the jug and pushing into the trans. So pull, push, pull, push, pull. All right, there's some fluid. Awesome. You can see it passing through the line now. Okay, that's really cool. I mean, that feels like it's working. So I don't think I'm going to film this whole thing, but this is what I'm going to do until it's full. And I guess I'll report back if this little pumping thing actually holds up to this much abuse, but it seems okay so far. I'm kind of surprised at how stiff it is. Maybe it'll be less stiff if I do that. No, wow, maybe a little. So I guess make sure it's not fully bottomed out on the bottle. And I'm about to check the bottle here because it sounds like I'm already done. Yeah. Let me check the bottle really quick. Wow, I mean, it's empty. Well, pretty empty. Oh, there's a little bit left, but that's, I mean, that was like 20 seconds. That's real time, baby. That's awesome. That's way more convenient than I thought it was gonna be. Go, whoever made this tool, Performance Tools. Yay, you. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to drip out. So I don't know if I blew the hose out or if I reached my full point. Let's see. Oh, the hose blew out. So I'll have to get that 5th cord out, and obviously I'll have to dry that up, but we're almost there. I just can't get over how easy this thing has been versus what I mean, not to be negative, but I didn't really have high expectations for this. I'll get some paper towels here. Oh, look, a paper towel. How convenient. Anyway, so if you didn't already know this, which you probably do, but when you're changing your transmission fluid, you basically just fill it until it splurts out at you. That's the same way for diffs and stuff that's under the car like this. So anyway, I'm gonna get that 5th quart opened, and it's supposed to be 0.2 quarts. It's a little bit hard with these bottles since they're not clear to figure out how much is left in them. If you were like really cool, you might dump them into something so you could like see it, you know, and then you could like chase around the last little bits. But for me, I'm just gonna open the 5th one because I bought 5 of them, so I might as well use it. And then yeah, we're pretty much done after that. Just put the fill plug back in, and oh, I'm gonna clean all that oil up. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna suck it back into these that are empty, and then label them as empty, and then I'll discard of them appropriately, not by throwing them in the trash can. All right, let's get this 5th bottle swapped in and we'll lay underneath and we'll watch it till it splurts out. So I just wanted to grab a camera and get a shot of it in case you've never seen it. There you go. I pumped it until it started dripping out, and now it's dripping out a little bit, and now I need to get some more paper towels to wipe up the drippage, but that's it. That's all she wrote. So yay us. I'm gonna pull this hose out, and it's probably gonna make a mess on the way out, but I'll get it out and then we'll call it a day. Let's put that up right. Scoot our way out here. And then I think what I'm gonna do is try to put it back in here. Swap the suck hose for the blow hose. Yep, those are technical terms, I promise. And then all we gotta do is blow whatever we stored into here. And now that the line is, sorry, you may not be getting a good shot there, but now that the lines are basically empty, now it should be good. So that's all she wrote. Like I said, I gotta get some paper towels, clean that up, but I don't need to film that. And then I'll suck that crappy fluid into these guys and recycle him. So yay. Or maybe I can use one of those oil jugs over there, but I'll probably go with these. So that's pretty much it. That's how you do the oil or the transmission oil change in an R32 GTR. I'll get an in-car footage here and see if it actually fixed my transmission-y problem here. All right, I got the fluid all bottled up. I was able to fit it in just 3 quarts, what came out. So that math doesn't really add up. But I did put 4 and some quarts in, right? Because I used all 4 of these and then a part of the 5th one over there. So I don't know. I don't know if it was low on fluid or if I was truly able to just pack that much extra into those 3. But it seems kind of crazy to think that I packed 4.2 quarts into 3. And I mean, this one is empty. Like, it has nothing in it. But these guys are all pretty beefy and full. So anyway. So I just did a quick check. And you can get the R32 GTR service manual online by literally Google searching R32 GTR service manual. And it's in English. So anyway, there's a page devoted to torque specs, and on that page it says in foot-pounds you should torque the filler and the drain plug of the transmission from 18 to 25 foot-pounds. So I did 20 foot-pounds for both, so we should be good there. So I am done with that, and now I'm going to lower this baby back onto the ground, and I'm going to get in it and feel out the transmission to see if it feels any better at all. We'll have to wait for a test drive for tomorrow, or sometime later, maybe this weekend. I'm also going to check the plug gap, because when I looked at the part number on the box, the spark plugs, which is in here, I learned a couple things. One, the previous owner said in his video that the original, well, when he got it, the spark plug gap was 0.025. And also every guide that I can see everywhere says you should probably run iridium tipped spark plugs. And by this part number, you can see that these are copper tipped spark plugs. And so obviously these spark plugs are now in the car, and what's in here is the old ones. But what I'm saying is the previous owner couldn't remember if he gapped down those plugs to 0.025 or not. And there may still be a question of if 0.025 is right, but the stock gap is 0.044 according to the internet, right? So what I'm saying is, according to the reading that I did, which is not a ton of reading, okay, I'll just face me at this point. According to the reading that I did, you should decrease plug gap 0.004 inches per 50 horsepower that's been added. So the stock brake horsepower for this is 276. We can, you know, they lowered the boost for that. But you get what I'm saying? If this thing truly did or does make 600 wheel or something, right? Even if it makes 500 wheel, right? We should be gapping down the plugs a fair amount. It also says that you can increase the gap by 0.002 to 0.005 if you have a stronger coil system, which obviously this car, maybe you don't know, maybe I haven't said yet, has R35 coils in it. So I would say that's stronger. Apparently these coils are good up to making like 2,000 horsepower. So I would say they are stronger. So if we take that into effect, we should definitely be a long way down from 0.044 and then maybe up a little bit due to the R35 coils. So if these are 0.044, if I take them out and that's what they are, they need to be gapped down some. And eventually, once I'm done figuring that out, I'll probably spend the $80 or whatever it is to get some iridium tipped spark plugs to rule that out as well. So yeah, let's, sorry for the tangent, but I'm gonna get this baby back on the ground and then let's get in and see how she feels. All right, so here we go. First impressions. Oh. I don't know, we'll have to see while driving. I mean, it does feel easy, but also nothing is spinning right now, and I don't want to start the car right now. So, I guess I'll save the conclusion for another video. I mean, it feels fine, but, I mean, it does feel easier, but I didn't really spend, you know, this much effort sitting in the car with it off before. But I did learn there's a lockout from reverse, so you can't go from 5th to reverse. If you try to do it, it blocks you out and it'll pull you back to 4th. So that's nice. I'll leave it in reverse for the night. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll follow up with a driving video next time I take it out. And we'll find out if it feels any better with Redline Shockproof Heavy. Thank you for watching. Hey y'all, this is Future Conrad. I never filmed a specific review. I'm editing the transmission fluid change video. And I never filmed an outro talking about the results for the Heavy Shockproof. So the problems that I had when I wanted to put it in were basically difficulty getting into gears and a grind into 4th. Since I put the Heavy Shockproof in, it has not ground going into 4th or any gear a single time. So right there, that's 100% worth it. You know, there's some questionability there if it would be just any fluid change would have solved that or if Heavy Shockproof was necessary. But overall, I'm really happy with it and I'm really glad I did it. And I've probably put maybe 1,000 kilometers on the car since then. And she's been running fine. The transmission has not given me any issues. It hasn't really been being beat on much because it's still not exactly running right. But overall, would highly recommend the Redline Heavy Shockproof if you're looking for a transmission fluid for your R32. Obviously, literally every guide out there already says that, so you probably didn't really need to know that, but it did work for me as well. So hopefully this helps, and thanks for watching. Are you ready?
Yes.
And floored.
Floored. That says 180 kph. I don't know the version. I'm sorry. Did you feel it spin? Jesus Christ.
4th gear no longer grinds though.
Nice. Do you still have a 4th gear?
Yes.